Hello everyone, welcome to the Hindu editorial vocabulary and reading program. Today's Hindu editorial title is Act of Faith. Act of Faith. In the first session, we will see the vocabulary. In the next session, we will read the article. The very first word is unfortunate, means unlucky, not favorable. Second word is band. A group of people share same or common interest. Third one is enact, means making a law. Regressive means primitive or worst, not well developed. Policing means supervising or monitoring. Beliefs, acceptance of something is exist without proof. Conversion, changing one form to other. Presumably, likely situation. Anticipation, expectation or prediction. Favorable, good or advantage to someone. Criminalize, to make something illegal. Force, applying physical power on someone to do something. Fraud means deceiving people. Inducement means induce or motivate. Allurement means attractive or charming. Illegal, not according to law. Promise means assurance that one will do something, means giving assurance. Grave means big and serious. Plunge means fall suddenly forward. Medievalism means practice of Middle Age where concept of democracy is not at all formed. Needless means completely unnecessary. Presuming, believing that something is true. Unconstitutional means against constitution, not as per the constitution. Interferes means involving into other works, other matters without their invitation. Interference or interferes. Privacy means keeping their personal matters secret. Marital means marriage. Sinister means threatening to do harm. Belligerent, eager to fight or argue. Rampant, happening a lot or become worse. Curb, control that is not wanted. Control that is not wanted. Discord means it's opposite to the cordial. Lack of agreement between people. Propagate means cultivate or grow. Frame means forming or setting or formulating. Preclude means prevent from happening, impossible to happen. Render, reproduce or representing. Vulnerable means prone or susceptible. Jeopardy means death or loss or injury or endangered, not existing. Interdict means not allowed to do something by law. These are the words which are looking like a important one, hence I have presented. The next we'll move to the second session called as reading session. It is unfortunate that Karnataka has joined the band of states that want to enact regressive laws aimed at policing the private lives and beliefs of citizens in the name of preventing unlawful conversions. After getting the approval of the Assembly, the Karnataka Protection of Right to Freedom of Religion Bill 2021 has not been tabled in the Legislative Council, presumably in anticipation of the ruling party's strength in the upper house turning favorable later. While several states have laws that criminalize conversion on the basis of force, fraud, or inducement or allurement, the trend has been to include is marriage as an illegal means of conversion. Karnataka has now made a promise of marriage a means of unlawful conversion. It is needless to say that the idea of presuming that a conversion has or is about to take place alongside an interfaith marriage is patently unconstitutional as it interferes with right to privacy, marital freedom and freedom of belief. What makes the Karnataka anti-conversion law quite sinister is that its introduction in the legislature is running in parallel with a series of targeted attacks on churches, Christian prayers, and Christmas celebrations. Belligerent right-wing groups are out in the field with what appears to be an agenda to create an impression that religious conversions is rampant and that urgent legislative action is necessary to stop the trend. Anti-conversion laws have been upheld by the courts in the past on the ground that conversion by allurement or force or fraud poses a threat to public order and should be curbed. However, the only threat to public order seems to arise from rampaging groups out to create social discord. It is true that Supreme Court has held that right to propagate religion does not include a right to convert, and that the state can frame laws to prevent conversion through fraud, force, or inducement. However, in a pushback against using this legal position to enact laws to preclude interfaith marriages and render the parties vulnerable to prosecution, the Gujarat High Court has stayed provisions of state law that made conversion by marriage an offense, pointing out that it placed in jeopardy all marriages of those between two different faiths. Regarding to the prior notice requirement in the Karnataka bill for individual intending to convert, it must be noted that the Himachal Pradesh High Court struck down a similar provision in 2012, holding that asking someone to disclose plans to change one's faith violates the right to keep one's religious beliefs private and secret. Anti-conversion laws should target only forcible or fraudulent conversion and not to open to grave misuse. There is no place for provisions that allow family members and associate to complaint to the police to interdict lawful marriages. Such laws will plunge society into regressive medievalism. Thank you all for listening. And if you like it, just subscribe for regular updates. Thank you all.